Hello, welcome back to the channel. Doing some bulk recording today, so don't get on me about, you're gonna see this shirt. I probably even wore it before in another video, but I like it. It's nice and springy. It's all the like spring colors or springtime. So anyway, today, I hope this is gonna be a short video. I tend to say that a lot and then I just can go on and on and on. But it occurred to me that some of you are really interested in different aspects of my life here in Puerto Rico. And a couple weeks ago, I did a video about digital nomad, healthcare, insurance options, and things like that. And then I thought about probably people want to, if they're coming to my channel learning about Puerto Rico, maybe people want to know about what healthcare is like in Puerto Rico. So I want you to sit back, relax. Before we jump into that, take a quick moment to hear a word from one of my channel sponsors, and then we're gonna talk all about what healthcare is like in Puerto Rico. If you're a digital nomad, or like me, spend lots of time traveling, listen up. What I'm about to tell you will change your life. Introducing Genki, the ultimate health insurance for world explorers just like you. Imagine roaming the globe without a care, knowing you're covered for any medical emergency. From scooter mishaps to tropical illnesses, Genki's got your back. With instant sign-up and quick claims, you can focus on your adventures, not paperwork. Don't let health worries hold you back. Choose Genki and travel with confidence. To get your free quote, just screenshot the QR code that you see here, or check out the link in the description below. Alrighty, so the long and short of it is that Puerto Rico is pretty under-resourced when it comes to having healthcare professionals kind of manage and execute in the healthcare system. Here, I had the opportunity to go to a few doctors, even a dentist, and hospital a few times for family members. I didn't need any care directly myself. I want to add that I also went to like labs. There are a ton of labs around here. And basically, you should know that if you plan to come to Puerto Rico and you have some type of chronic illness, serious health concerns, you may run into some frustrations because there aren't a lot of doctors on the island. A lot of them have gone back to the United States. It seems to me, and again, if there's someone here who can counter any of these things, these are just my personal observations and my experiences with the healthcare system. If there's someone who knows something different, please help my viewers. Help the channel audience and let us know down below in the comments if there's something different that you can do if you decide to come to Puerto Rico for an extended period of time and you want to make sure that your healthcare options are, all squared away. So going back to what I was saying, if I can remember, but the long and short of it is that there are, from what I have, like if you need to see a specialist, well, first of all, there are urgent care centers, there are emergency rooms. If you have some type of emergency, if it's not like life-threatening, you could spend, you guys, not hours, but days just in the waiting area of the emergency room. I had a story of a neighbor told me that they were before they were even admitted, they were like in the emergency room area for 3 days with their grandmother. And so I had an experience where I had to take someone to the hospital, and I would say that we were in the waiting area maybe about a day, maybe in one case a day and a half. The shortest might have been like 4 to 8 hours if I can remember correctly. So there are long waits. I remember being in the hospital and needing some piece of equipment, let's say not a bedpan, but maybe like a toilet hat or something, some like little plastic something, and the hospital actually did not provide it. I had to pay for it. So, if you go to the hospital, say you're going with somebody that's elderly, you're pretty much gonna have to bring all the supplies. That if you go into a hospital, they're really cold, so you have to bring blankets. if you're dealing with somebody that's elderly, you're gonna have to bring wipes, diapers, pads in some cases. It just kind of depends on the supply level. So that's just what we're dealing with. I don't want to go into too deep into the details of each experience, but I just want to let you know that the healthcare system is very different here. If you need to see a specialist, you're pretty much looking at longer wait times. I remember needing a physical for my youngest daughter to go to school, and the wait time for that was pretty long, which that may happen in the US as well, but we don't have a primary care provider. We didn't have a primary care provider established, so we were just kind of looking for, someplace where we can get a school physical. I will say that the prices tend to be lower, so I feel like some of in one case a relative had insurance, so the copay was lower, and in the cases where the insurance was not accepted here, I was able to get like a physical for, I don't know, maybe around $100 or something like that. So the prices can be a little bit lower. Went to a dentist office, those prices out of pocket are probably a little bit lower or slightly on par with the US, again, depending on the dental office that you go to. So all that to say that personally, the way that I handle healthcare is that I have kind of like a traveling digital nomad, kind of frequent traveler healthcare plan, and I combine that with a healthcare sharing ministry. I personally use MediShare, and so between those two coverages together, that means that if something were to happen here, like an emergency here on the island, I can get treated. The digital nomad health insurance covers that. And if something more serious happened, I could be flight back into Florida, which is not, too far from Puerto Rico. Now, of course, hopefully that doesn't happen. Ideally, if something really serious happened to me, you want to go to the best hospitals on the island. And the main ones would be like in San Juan, and there's also a center in Manatí. There may be some in the south of the island, like in Ponce, but I'm not as familiar with those areas. But needless to say that I'm glad that I'm a relatively healthy person here. My family members are relatively healthy, so we don't use the medical system as much. But just know that if you came here and there was some kind of emergency, what you think is an emergency, they may not think is an emergency, and you can spend a lot of time waiting. Will you get the best of care? I'm sure there are specialists and doctors that take their profession very seriously, but for me, it was a little bit difficult navigating the healthcare system in terms of talking about expectations, and bedside manners are very, very different. So I also have another backup to my backup plan. So should those other healthcare coverages that I have, if they're still not ideal, I'm very close to the Dominican Republic. I can fly to the Dominican Republic, and we're talking about, again, not life-threatening things. So yeah, hopefully this video is helpful. I feel like I'm kind of all over the place, but I do just want to be honest about some of my experiences here with Puerto Rico and with the healthcare system. So again, if you're somebody that deals with, you have to go to the doctor a lot, you need a lot of specialists, you find yourself in the emergency room a lot, urgent care a lot, I'm not going to say don't come to Puerto Rico, because maybe, I find here that there's some very healing properties, being close to the beach, being in the, being able to get in the salt water, being able to be in nature. Those are medicinal elements that can really help, probably with chronic healthcare conditions, but that's a decision you have to make for yourself. But if you feel like you're really dependent on the medical healthcare system, Puerto Rico could be a very, very frustrating place for you. So that being said, there are areas where if you have connections, I would suggest maybe you go into like Facebook groups and kind of ask around, because I'm pretty sure that there are people here that have pinpointed the best specialist for XYZ ailment or chronic condition. So that could be kind of like a lifeline for you, but it should be a really serious consideration if you decide to come to the island. So hopefully that was helpful. Hopefully it wasn't too vague and all over the place. And yeah, if you have any other questions, put some comments below. Hopefully I can help you out, or maybe someone watching this video can help you out and give you some insight. And thanks again for watching. I really do appreciate your support, and I'll catch you on the next video. Are you ready to take control of your financial future? Build a brand that lets you earn from anywhere with Bluehost. Whether you're a creator, an entrepreneur, or ready to start your online journey, Bluehost makes it easy. With AI-powered tools, managed WordPress hosting, free domains, and 24/7 expert support, you can create a website that grows with your vision. It's time to turn your ideas into income, and Bluehost is here to help you every step of the way. Start today for as little as $2.95 a month and watch your business thrive with Bluehost. To get started, you can click the Bluehost link in the video description, scan the QR code you see on the screen, or go to principlesofincrease.com/Bluehost.